Aloha guys, welcome back to my channel. Mermaid Nina here on location at Kidani Village, Savannah View. I hope you guys like my balcony. There isn't much action out there right now, but you just missed Mama and Baby Zebra. Baby was actually nursing on Mama, and it was a very sweet sight. There were a bunch of other type animals rolling around, but I don't know if you guys can hear in the background. It is thundering. So we might be doing this in the middle of a rainstorm. I don't know, but we have an exciting live today. I'm actually going to announce the winner of my giveaway, for whom I have already shopped for. So that's pretty exciting. But I thought right now we would do a simple Q&A based on my experience thus far at Disney World. And of course, my phone is going off, so let's make sure that isn't a question from the audience. Let's see. It is not. So we are going to turn that off. All right. Any questions, anyone so far? All right. Well, I've got some Q&As that people have asked me before I traveled, so I'm going to go ahead and get into those. But I think it is raining now, so I'm sorry about that. I was hoping you guys would have a whole bunch of animals out in the background to be looking at, but let's go ahead and start with those questions. So first off, we did fly here. We actually went on Delta. I did find that 100% super safe. Delta didn't have anyone in the middle row. They handed out wipes to everyone just to make sure we were all being very sanitary and clean. It was actually really great. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it so much. I actually fell asleep on the airplane. I don't really fall asleep that easily on the plane. So that was kind of a surprise. Everyone did wear their masks. So that was also a treat. You know, you hear all those horror stories on the news about, you know, so-and-so got kicked off the airplane for not wearing their mask and the plane had to turn around, blah, blah, blah. Did not happen. Flight was peaceful. It was calm. Everyone did what they needed to do. It was great. And they didn't have the cart going around with coffee and water and soda and alcohol like usual. They actually just gave everyone the same little kit, which was water, a granola bar, I think the cookies, and a napkin. And that's kind of like all that you got. They did ask that you could bring your own food, but I didn't really see anyone doing anything. You know, everyone was staying very clean, very distant. There was no hubbub or craziness. It was actually really nice. So I definitely suggest Delta because at least that's what I experienced and it was a good opportunity. So go ahead. I'm going to talk about the airport a little bit more as well. So the airport was also the same kind of thing. Lots of social distancing. It was very empty. Going through the airport was very empty. Of course, when we did have to check in our checked-in bags, that was a little crazy. The line felt a little longer than usual, but that's because they had other stations closed down. So had I known that, I might have left a half an hour earlier than I normally would have. Oop, I hear a car go by. Ooh, it's like a safari truck. I don't know if you guys can see that. Probably not. See it back there going by? Oh, it looks like they have some hay in the back. Maybe they're going to be feeding the animals. I'm sorry, I don't know why it keeps zooming in and out. Maybe the focus doesn't know if it should focus on me or what's going on. Oh yeah, she's totally putting out hay back there. So I did see an animal waiting around back there in that area, and I'm wondering if that was why. That might be their feeding spot. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, I felt really safe at the airport. They were definitely social distancing, at least in our experience the time that we left. It was a little busier than I had thought. I probably would have left a little bit earlier, but you know, it's okay. I'm sorry, my neighbor next to me is on the phone, so hopefully you guys can hear me. Might have to turn me up. But anyway, yeah, the airport was very safe. It was very empty. A lot of the shops were indeed closed. So I think that if you're going to be at the airport for longer periods of time, you might want to pack your own snack. I know a lot of people think I'm just going to go have breakfast at the airport. I wouldn't necessarily count on that. So just be prepared to bring your own food. Next thing I wanted to talk about was masks. So we did try several different types of masks. And the only thing I can say is we got the same amount of sweaty and hot in all the masks. So it didn't really matter the brand or the style or anything like that. But I definitely felt like the thinner the fabric, the easier it was to breathe in. And there was definitely a time where I wore a smaller mask, maybe a more tighter fitted mask. That was harder to breathe in than something that gave me a little bit more room, you know, a little bit more space in there. So I definitely would suggest something a little bit lighter weight and maybe a size that's not huge, but maybe not super tight on you. But people were wearing all sorts of different type of masks, and most people actually had the Disney masks. I didn't try our Disney mask yet because they are a thicker material, almost like a t-shirt, but many people were wearing the Disney masks. So I don't know if they just were wanting to rock the merchandise or if they really felt that those masks were good. My husband wore a disposable the whole time. He loved that. Me and the kids swapped between Target and Homemade. I definitely preferred the Target because they were on the thinner side. Either way, I will say that you will sweat through your mask, at least right now. This is August. So you want to bring backups. We definitely swapped out our masks a few times during the day. And on certain days where we got a little extra moist, we did come home and I did notice like a few little red marks right here. Nothing crazy, nothing I would like label as a rash, but it's just something to think about, you know, if you're going to come this time of year. Another thing people are asking me is fans versus cooling towels. So we 100% tried that out. You do have to wear your mask pretty much the entire time you're on Disney property, with the exception of actual eating. There is no walking and eating and walking and drinking. There are areas for you to sit and take a breather and relax, but you are not allowed to just walk around with your mask off. That is a big no-no. So you want to make sure that you take the time to go to a relaxation spot, take off your mask, and that's when you will snack. It was a little difficult to get used to because we're used to being able to just grab a Mickey pretzel and walking to our next ride or being in line with our Mickey pretzel, and that's just not a thing. So just make sure you take that into account. But with everyone always wearing their mask, you did get a little hotter than usual. So we packed all sorts of different types of fans. We had a pocket fan, which I've shown in my videos, and we had one that you wrap around your neck with like almost like a speaker. We had those two options, and then we used cooling towels. I will tell you the best was the combination of fan and cooling towels. So both fans worked about the same. I wouldn't say that one fan was better than the other. I will say that the battery operated fan, you need to keep up on the battery. You need to make sure you are constantly putting new batteries in there because it does kind of slow down and get less blowing on you as the battery drains, which was nice about the chargeable fan. It was always the same consistency throughout the day. So that was a nice option. But when I had both the cooling towel and the fan on, it was more like the fan was blowing the cooling towel effect. So that I would say was much better. So more than one or the other, it was the combination of the two that worked really well for me. So another question I have here is about ride lines, more or less about the social distancing. So I will have a ton of videos of this eventually and pictures as well, but they had everything marked 6 feet away. They even had specially made plexiglass in between. So in certain queues, like when you're indoors and you're kind of like a maze next to each other, they had plexiglass put up so that you weren't directly next to the person that was in the line next to you in the maze. They were very smart about that. And then there were certain rides like Jungle Cruise where you might be every 6 feet in a certain area, but then in another area where you would have to turn around and go next to other people, it was more like 10 feet or 20 feet. They definitely had it very well orchestrated. I did not feel like I was too close to anyone at any particular time at all. It was very nice. The way that they chose to do the looping, in some situations, some of the loops were even closed off so that you really didn't have a chance to get next to anyone. So I thought that was pretty great. The only negative thing about the lines is because of the indoor queue lines, some of them were closed off, again, for that social distancing. There was a lot of waiting around outside, which is fine. We like outside, except when it's super duper hot. So in some rides, we're more like, yeah, let's quickly go on, let's quickly go on Pirates of the Caribbean, the queues indoors, where there was parts where you had to stay outside and wait for you to get indoors. Same thing with Toy Story Mania. We just got off that one. We had to stand outside for a good 10 minutes under the heat before we could even get to something that was more indoors or sheltered. So that's just something to consider as well, that you might be a little bit more under the sun than you normally will, especially in August, because it felt like it was beating down on you. We did bring sun protection umbrellas, but I never felt the need to get them out because it's not like we were in a 60-minute line outside. I mean, 10, 15 minutes, we can deal with it. It wasn't a huge deal, but it's just something I'm kind of giving you a heads up about. And especially in Toy Story Land, like a Slinky Dog, they had umbrellas and stuff staggered out. So I know a lot of those people were also underneath umbrellas. Same thing with Seven Dwarf Mine Train. They also had umbrellas to go underneath. So it didn't seem too bad in that situation. Lines were, of course, low. The longest line I saw was today with Mickey and Minnie's Railway, which is to be expected because it is a new ride. I think Slinky might have also been the same time, but I'll tell you what, Pirates of the Caribbean said 40 minutes, and we really debated, but we love that ride, so we went ahead and did it anyway. It was totally not 40 minutes. There was another ride that we did. Oh, it was Soarin'. Soarin' said 35 minutes, but it was walk-on. So you can't always trust what the time says. So you kind of just have to give it a try and see. But either way, we were able to accomplish all of the rides that we really wanted to do in a short period of time because we really didn't want to be at the parks all day long. We weren't trying to be at the parks from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. We were really trying to hang out at our resort, as you see right here. So yeah, I thought that was pretty good. Again, with the social distancing, there were a lot of areas like when you were eating, certain tables were closed off and said, basically you can't sit here, so that you were never sitting next to someone else in a table that also had people around it. Back in the old days, you would be sitting at a table and you would, move your chair and you'd be bumping into the family behind you. Oh, excuse me, sorry. There was none of that going on. Everyone had a select table that was another table away from someone else, and the table in the middle basically said you couldn't sit on it. So it wasn't really an issue. I am actually really blown away how well Disney did that, how they orchestrated which tables people could sit on and which tables people could not. And this I am talking about is quick service. Then, of course, there were people walking around within the quick service locations, quickly cleaning up the tables. So as soon as they saw a family leave, they were right there, wiping down the table, spraying it down, cleaning it up, and basically signaling for the next family to come sit down. I mean, they were really moving people around, which was great. They weren't rushing you. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they were cleaning up very well after people. I was very much impressed. Quick service right now, 100% is mobile order. So if you are not going to mobile order, you can't eat. So 100% mobile order. Now, me with food allergies, what's my favorite animal? My favorite animal is an elephant, which of course is not on the Savannah. But if you're asking what my favorite animal is on the Savannah, I was mentioning earlier that I just finished watching a mama and a baby zebra. In fact, the baby was actually nursing, and it was right here. I mean, it was literally right out my window. I took a full video of it. It was the sweetest thing. But yeah, there's been, I couldn't quite get pictures of the giraffes, but they have had giraffes, but the zebras were very cute. But technically elephants are my favorite animal. So anyway, like I was saying, everything at the quick service is mobile order, but because I have food allergies, I can't mobile order. We have too many allergies that even the allergy menu is not safe for us. So I want to mention this now for you food allergy people. We were able to get in contact with a manager or a chef. They were able to still walk us through our menu items so we can place an order. So I was still 100% able to get safe and good food per that restaurant. It was just a slightly different experience because you can't just walk in and order. Everyone's mobile ordering, and I just had to single out a cast member and tell them what was going on. They got someone higher up to help me. It was a no big thing. It was perfectly fine, and the food was delicious. I'm not complaining. It was a great thing. I'm telling you right now, guys, Disney is doing a phenomenal job. They are really, they've really thought about this. See, I got another comment here. My favorite by far is the bat. I love bats. Bats are so cute. I'm hoping that Animal Kingdom still has the bats. We're going to Animal Kingdom tomorrow. Tomorrow's also the day we leave. This is a super duper short trip. So we're going to check out Animal Kingdom for just a few hours before Magical Express comes and gets us. But yes, I want to check out bats. I totally agree with you. Bats are a great animal. All right, so more questions. Sanitizer. So I've had a few people go and come back and tell me sanitizer is everywhere. I did not know how much everywhere they were actually talking about. I mean, it is everywhere. Every little nook and cranny that you turn around is a pump with sanitizer. And only a few times was the sanitizer empty, in which case you would just go to the next one. They were all over the queues. They were in the beginning of rides. They're at the end of rides. Sometimes they're in the middle of the rides. They're where you enter the line. They're right before you get on the ride. They're as soon as you get off. And if it's a little congested with everyone getting sanitizer in that moment, you just step over a few feet and there was more sanitizer. I mean, it was amazing. By no means do you need to worry about hand sanitizer at Disney. And of course, there were still the hand washing stations, which I never saw anyone use. I did try it out. It's a hand washing station. Actually, I really liked it because it comes with paper towels. So I was able to get a paper towel, wet it a little bit, and kind of dampen a little sweat off me. So that was pretty great. But I didn't actually use it to wash my hands because I just never felt dirty. I felt like the hand sanitizer did it enough. So that was pretty good with that. We did eat at table service. Table service was the same kind of thing as the mobile service. It wasn't mobile ordering, but they weren't giving you a menu. There was no menu to hold and touch. They would give you a card with a barcode on it, and you had to scan it with your phone, and then it would pop up a menu. And I'm not sure if it's the same menu you would normally see on your app or if it was a special menu geared for that day, that moment in time. But it was pretty cool. It was a little weird for my husband, however, because he, had already put his phone away. He didn't want to get his phone back up, and it's definitely phone sensitive because his phone didn't work, but mine did. But that's how they are doing table service. And at the same time, they have tables that are selected at the restaurant that no one can sit at. So they are definitely social distancing at the tables at table service as well. And there was the cast members, the waitresses or wait staff or whoever it was going behind. As soon as the family left, they were spraying down the seats, the chairs, the tables. I mean, every little surface, they were cleaning it like that. I mean, Disney has this down to a T. So keep your your questions coming, guys, because we're almost done with the questions I have already been asked. So the other thing I want to mention is the sun. It is very, very hot, and it's very, very sunny. And I just want to warn you guys that it is probably the hottest and sweatiest I have ever been. And it's 100% worth it because it's Disney. And I was actually really amazed that I never saw anyone complaining. I always expect to witness those complainers like, oh man, Disney's so hot, I want my money back. I didn't see anyone complaining. No one was complaining. Everyone was having a great time. Everyone understood that this is just what we need to do to experience the magic again. I didn't see anyone complaining about masks. Everyone was just doing what they needed to do. Everyone was just wearing their mask, cleaning their hands, social distancing, and going about their business. It was pretty amazing. I almost wish it stayed this way, minus the masks. But it was great. I wasn't bumping into anyone. No one was bumping into me. I didn't get hit by any strollers. I didn't get knocked over by any scooters. It was pretty sweet. So now, if I don't have any further questions, and I'm sorry. Oh, do you guys see them? I don't know if you can. They, the hay they put out, There's two white animals with big horns eating the hay. Right here, right behind my seat. You probably can't see them. I don't think you can. I think they're called addicts, as we asked earlier, but they are right behind me. Oh, and there's a giraffe. There's a giraffe. Oh my gosh, you can kind of see it at the corner of my screen. You see it? Right. All right, where's my finger gonna go? Right, it wants to zoom in, sorry. Right there, right above my finger is a giraffe. Pretty cool. I hope you guys can see that. The screen keeps flashing. It's a total different thing going live like this than it is when I go live at home. But yeah, there's a giraffe out there having a good time. Make sure there's nothing else. Oh, and there's another giraffe further away. That's pretty exciting. So if anyone has any more comments about the way Disney is right now, please let me know. But in case you guys are waiting for the giveaway winner, I did do a huge giveaway where I was going to give one lucky winner the souvenir of their choice. So people had to sub to the channel, they had to like, and they had to comment with, if they were going to Disney right now, what souvenir would they want? And I told them to put realistically what they would actually buy if they were coming to Disney, because you never know, I might actually buy it. I had a lot of people asking for lounge flies, a lot of people asking for mouse ears. Oh my gosh, the animals are coming closer. A lot of people asked for pins. Oh my gosh, there's so many giraffes out. I hope you guys can see this. The one that's right behind me, and then there's a few the other way. This is so cool. Maybe you guys don't need to see me. You can just see the animals. You guys see anything? That's so great. Anyway, so I did select the winner. So, that's my drum roll. The winner is Nancy. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this. That's the winner. So Nancy, if you are watching, please comment, and we need to chat together and get you back, get you your giveaway prize. So Nancy wrote a comment about how she'd never been to Disney. She doesn't really know what souvenir to get, but that Dumbo was a special ride for her and her dad. Her dad has recently passed away, so she really wanted something Dumbo related so that she could remember her times with her dad. And I thought, what a great story. And I absolutely loved the fact that Nancy won. And I thought, well, it's kind of easy. I can just go back to the Dumbo ride and they should have tons of Dumbo merchandise, right? Unfortunately, the gift shop that's right next to the Dumbo store, or the Dumbo ride, is closed. So I actually had a heck of a time finding Dumbo merchandise for Nancy, but I actually scored at my resort gift shop. So Nancy, if you're watching, this is coming to you as your gift. So Nancy is getting a Dumbo pin, official Disney Parks Collection Dumbo pin. And then I thought this one was pretty cool. It's from the Ink and Paint collection. It's Dumbo going from drawing to actual full painted like cell. So Nancy, I hope, and it's 3D Dumbo, you can actually feel Dumbo. So Nancy, I hope you like pins because this is coming your way. So again, Nancy, if you have 2 weeks to not only watch this live, comment, like, and everything. And yeah, let's get together so I can get your address so I can send you your goodies. So any more questions, you guys? You guys see the animals? I'm about ready to see if I can. I don't think I can do this because you're connected here. All right, can you see the white ones through the gate? All right, through the balcony right there. See that white one moving? Pretty cool, right? Here's the whole savannah. There's a few giraffes out there. Oh yeah, you can you see the white animal in between the bars of my balcony right there? You can see him right there. Anyway, this savanna is very active. Lots of stuff. Ooh. You hear that? That's one of these crazy crane birds that's out all the time. They make that funky noise. It's pretty sweet. All right, well, I think we're getting close to the end of this live unless anyone has any more questions. I will, of course, be putting out individual videos with all the rides and our park experiences, and I will, of course, talk more about the safety procedures and all the stuff that Disney is doing right now. Not to mention I'll have a full video out about the Savanna. Oh, the giraffe is running. Do you see him? He's like running across the screen. Look at him. He's going, he's just running. Where is he going? He's got food in his mouth. He's chasing a bird. He just ran across the savanna after a bird. And now he stopped and he's finished chewing. These animals are crazy. All right, guys. So again, Nancy, please get a hold of me. I know this live was a little different. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this wasn't blurry. I hope you were able to see some of the animals. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed already. Please like and comment. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't noticed, the giveaway video, I said I was giving it away to all of my subscribers and to thank everyone for helping me get this far. Well, we did it. I hit my milestone where I wanted to go. I am now at 1,000 subscribers, and I now can be monetized through YouTube, which is all little channels. That's all of our goals, and I have succeeded that. So thank you guys. I can't wait to put out more content. I can't wait to show you guys more videos. Please comment and let me know what other videos you want to see. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. It was kind of an impromptu, fun little thing I thought about. And yeah. Bye, guys. Mahalo for watching. Nina, out.